In this video, we're going to have a look at the consolidated sales order picking process that the Datalinks Warehouse Manager for X3 delivers within the environment of Sage X3. Consolidated sales order picking is taking more than one order with a number of lines and allowing the operator to pick both orders or multiple orders simultaneously. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to raise two orders within X3 and then put those into a single pick process, and then through a single walk around the warehouse pick all the products for dispatching. The process works and starts in X3 itself, and here on the screen you can see a sales order, and I'm actually going to generate a new sales order that we can use through this demonstration. They'll simply do this by effectively duplicating the order, and it'll ask me a few questions as I go through generating that order. So we've generated the order, in this case ending 120, and if you notice it's got two lines on it, a 50 and a 50. One's for ginger ale, one's for Mountain Rush. The second order that I'm going to select here has just got Mountain Rush on it, and it's got a quantity of 50 on it. So I'm going to copy this order here, and just using standard X3 tools to do this. Continue here, and you'll notice that in this case, not surprisingly, it's the order ending 21. So having created those orders now, I want to put them into a consolidated pick. And there's a very powerful tool within X3 to help and to start the warehouse process, known as preparation planning. So I'm just going to switch this to the site that I'm working on, which is GB11 in this case. And then we want to select up the two orders that we're working on. So I'm just going to select the orders, and this is in, again, site GB011. So I'm just presenting up the list that I'm working with, and here are our two orders. So I'm going to select the order ending 20, and it's put a range in, standard functionality, and I've selected 20 and 21. If I now search those, down into the bottom box, you can see it's brought in the three lines that were on our orders. We can see here that we've got ginger ale being one line and two lines of the Mountain Rush, and it's worth keeping an eye on these. These are across different orders. Here, order 20 and 21, and these are the ones we're going to consolidate. So the easy way to do this is include all, using the buttons on the right hand side, and then we're going to generate the preparation list. Okay, and that has created us the prep list, and I'm also going to generate the picking ticket in this case. Okay, and depending on what you're working on does dictate how far through the process we go on this. So I come onto the handheld, and there's a number of options on the menu. The person would have logged in. This is a type of issue, so we're dropping to the issues option on the handheld, and you'll see an option here, consolidated sales order pick. The other zonal picking, works order issue, sales order pick, etc. Those are all covered by other videos and demonstrations. So selecting consolidated pick in this instance, and what we have here is the order and the picking ticket that we created. You can see it's selling to various individuals or various companies, and I'm going to select that. And as I select it, it's asking me how I'm going to dispatch this product. So it may well be going out through a marshalling area, or it might be going out through a packing bench, and it's actually being put into a tote bin. So we're actually going to generate and create the tote bin number for later going through the pack bench. So I select this here, and it generates me, and that's actually generated me a pallet number, a picking number to use for this consolidated pick. But the important thing here on the lines here, you see it's actually only got two lines on the order, which is not surprisingly 50 for the ginger, because that was being sold to one, but it's consolidated these two together to show 100. So now we're going out and we're picking two orders, but we're only doing it in one walk. Okay, so I select this order here, that I'm going off. It's sending me off to the location 001 to pick, and it's asking me to scan the product code in. So we'll validate at this moment in time the product itself. So if I actually try and pick the wrong product, I'll do that. It doesn't match, so it's not allowing me to move forward. But it's sending me to this location, asking me to scan the product, and the quantity, you can see where the target quantity is 50, and it's asking me to enter the quantity I've picked. Okay. It's now picked that line, and it's now sending me to the next location, in this case the bulk location BUL 001. And it might be bulk because that's the 100 is a bigger quantity, you want a whole pallet. So I get to that location, I scan the location, and again it's asking me to confirm the product that I'm picking. I scan that product code and I enter the quantity. If we were actually using pallet numbers, it wouldn't necessarily ask me for the quantity because it would know that off the pallet number. In this case, I've worked at a product level. It's asking me to confirm the quantity as well. And that has completed that pick. It'll now take me back to the next consolidated pick. So what I've done there is I've completed the lines and it's moved it through the picking process. If I look at that back in X3 and I look at the picking ticket details, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to select up the picking tickets such that I've got the list on the screen here, and it was site GB 011. Okay, and here you can see the last two that are on there, which are the last two that we've just worked with. So the one ending 364 here, you can now see that there's the quantity has been allocated and shipped of 50 there, and the pallets that it's actually taken it from at that time. So you can see we've updated the picking tickets through the system using the web services, using the handheld, and we can now move that on to actually shipping it out. Hopefully that's shown you how you can consolidate picking orders or pick lists together to be able to do single picks within the warehouse.